The Harvest Ball Society celebrated its 30th anniversary in 2016. During its first 3 decades, this group of committed volunteers raised nearly $8 million for more than 84 charities serving the Northland. Over the years, more than 1,000 donors have contributed to the Society, trusting HBS to understand the most pressing needs in the Northland. The first seed for the Harvest Ball Society was planted in the early 1980s with an eye-opening community needs assessment. To the surprise of many, the number one need in the Northland was a domestic violence shelter. Among those wanting to address the challenge were 2 inspiring and industrious Northlanders, Patty Garney and Sandra Mellinger. With the help of their friends, they planned a magnificent fundraising gala, and in 1986, the first Harvest Ball was born. Since then, the Harvest Ball Society and its donors have funded many critical and evolving needs through its annual grant program.
We think Harvest Ball has done a terrific job helping some of the more overlooked charities and funneling our corporate donations down to some of the groups that really need it the most.
We applied for Harvest Ball funding because we were a very new organization, and it was funding that we felt like was very community oriented, and being new to the community, it was funding that really helped to get us started, helped us to, at a time when we were just new and pretty fragile, helped us to start to strengthen our programs and really put a foundation underneath the things that we would go on to do over the next 5 years.
The funding from the Harvest Ball Society goes directly to providing meals and transportation and social services for our seniors. We served over 37,000 meals last year, including those that we provided for homebound seniors and for people at our centers. Those folks might not have had a hot meal at all had it not been for what we could provide with your help.
You think about youth at risk, youth that are at risk of either harming themselves or others. That's a growing concern in our community.
When you go out in the community, you may not realize it, but what you're doing is saving lives.
I think if the Harvest Ball decided one day that they were not going to help, it would be a big shoe for someone else to try to come and fill in and do the same amount of work, the same amount of philanthropy that Harvest Ball Society does for the Northland.
Harvest Ball has been with us from the very beginning in that endeavor, and we're so grateful for that.
And it means so much for them to be able to know that they can live independently and that they do have people who care for them and they have something to look forward to every day.
Don't ever think what little thing you do doesn't count. It counts to somebody. Don't forget that.
Harvest Ball Society has been a Northland mainstay for 30 years, and it plans to remain viable for the next 30 years. Yet, it is important to remember that the success of HBS, as it always has, resides within the community. It is the donors and the volunteers who truly harvest the power of giving in the Northland.
I would challenge the Northland to step up and to be a community and a culture of philanthropy and giving. I think with that, the Northland will continue to be strong.
32 years ago, when Sandra and I first sat together over that cup of coffee, I never would have dreamed that we would be celebrating our 30th anniversary in all these many years. But to think of the good that we've done over the 3 decades that we've been in existence it's a pretty good feeling. It sure warms my heart, and I couldn't be more proud.
And I would say to anyone, join us. Get involved however you can, whether it's with your time or with your treasure. We need everybody, and the whole Northland will be the beneficiary.